Well, hello. I hope you're having a great day. Nice to see you. It is the Nisha Jackson Show, living the good life, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Before we do, if you would please hit that subscribe button and let your friends know about the Nisha Jackson Show, and also go to nishajackson.com and onebigmedical.com and takebrandx.com. You have a lot of .coms.
Yeah, but mostly just nishajackson.com, and then you can get anywhere else.
Then you can go there.
Yeah, you can just go wherever.
And also, as a little bonus, Nisha's wanting to answer your questions on the show. So go and send her an email, info@nishajackson.com. It's info@nishajackson.com.
And that's to suggest a show that you would like me to do, maybe a question that you would like me to answer on the show. I'm not saying I can do that. I'm just saying it would be great for me to have more show topics. I do get lots of emails from patients and from friends and family and lots of other people that listen to the show, but I'd like more. So,
what's the fastest land animal?
What's the fastest? Cheetah?
Okay, that was the only question I had.
I have no idea.
All right, so the good life. We're in a beautiful place. We got nice shrubbery behind us and everything, and it's something that everybody wants to do, but not everybody knows some of the secrets. And you've got some secrets to live the good life, and I believe you live the good life.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, that's nice. I always feel like I'm just barely scratching the surface of what I need to know, what I need to do, and how I should be living. I mean, I don't know, do you feel that way? I mean, I feel like I wake up every day, it's like, I gotta learn more, I've gotta learn more. So I guess that's good, keeps me going. So yes, I read this article. You actually sent me the article, and I just kind of poured myself into this article because I thought it was so interesting about Stoics. So Stoics are people that have endured very difficult times, extreme hardships, but they have not lost it. They have not complained. They've worked through it. So this would be what we would call Stoics. And I just kind of admire Stoics. I mean, especially when I really, you don't really think about like who Stoics are, but these kind of people. Michael's kind of a Stoic. Okay. Yeah. So these are just when they investigated Stoics and they talked to them and asked them, what are some things that you feel are common threads that got you through very difficult times without crumbling, without complaining, without bailing out? What were those things? So these are just the top 50. And we're not going to go through all 50. We'll just go through the ones I think are really cool. Okay. So I love the first one. The number one was focus on what you can control. And so much of our energy often is focusing on what we have zero control over, like somebody else's feeling. How do we change that person to be the way I want them to be? Yeah, exactly. How can I make somebody work harder? How can I make somebody be nicer? How can I make somebody like me more? You don't have any control over any of that. So focus on what you can control. And I also like this one. Ask yourself, is this essential? Lordy, I need to start asking myself that question more often. Like when you're buying things or you're doing things or you're saying yes to things, maybe just taking 5 seconds and asking yourself, is this essential? Is it essential to my happiness? It is essential to my success. Is it essential to my health? Yes. Yeah, like when you sit down to eat that hot fudge brownie, ask yourself, is this essential? Thank you for saying food. Okay. I actually wasn't thinking food. No, but that's, yeah. Right. That's a new thing. I've got this new thing, we're not going to talk about it in the show, but it monitors my blood sugar all the time. And so like I can't eat anything anymore. Yeah. Because I can actually see how it affects my body, and most of it's not essential. It's not essential. See how I tied that in? And it helps you make a better decision. Yes, because you see it in real time going, the blood sugar going crazy, and right. It's like, oh, geez. And then this morning when you got up and you made the decision to go on a 10-mile bike ride, which I love that you're biking now, it's so cool, cycling, you probably said to yourself, this is essential. Yes. It's essential to my mortality, is I've got to be able to cycle and exercise. It's essential. Quick question, has nothing to do with this show. What do you think about cycling over hiking, over running, over walking? So I think cycling is one of the best things you can do if you're overweight. I'm not saying that you're overweight. I'm just saying it's one of the best things because it has the least impact on your knees. And it's wonderful to be able to get your heart rate up. I also think cycling, especially if you're doing it outside, you have a motorized bike, right?
Yeah.
Electric bike. I love electric bikes because it actually makes you ride more often. You'll get outside more often if you have an electric bike, but any bike's great.
You know what I love about this thing? We'll just time out just a second. So this bike, I can control, like it has a motor and it like speeds up, but it only works when you're pedaling. So I'll see some guy who's like a real hardcore, you know, he's got his uniform on, he's a 10-speeder, you know, he's really into it. And I pass him going 25 miles an hour. Man, that's sweet.
But he still gets a really great workout. But at least you have a lot of hills and stuff. So at least I think a lot of people don't use their bicycles because they're like, I don't want to hit those hills. I'm just going to get all sweaty and gross. But you still get outside, you get the value of nature, which is way more than what you think it is. The value of what you get by being outside from a health standpoint and your brain standpoint is so much bigger than what you think it is. So you still get outside and get all of that, all the benefits of being outdoors, but you also get exercise.
So you think riding a bike outside is better than riding one in the gym?
I think so, absolutely. Well, anytime you get outside, it's better. Okay. But in the gym's fine too. Anything to get your heart rate up is important. So asking yourself, is it essential? And just be honest with yourself. Okay, I love this one. Remember, you have the power to have no opinion.
I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, remember you have the power to have no opinion. We don't really need to even say any more than that. But it's okay to not have an opinion. It's okay to not be wrapped up in everybody else's opinion. It's okay to just say, you know what, I don't have a comment. No matter what it's about. I also love this one, own the morning. People who are Stoics own the morning because they know that their brain is at its best in the morning, even if you're not a morning person. Your brain is rested, it's alert, and you're ready for the day. And what you do in the morning will determine how good your health is and will determine your level of success. So own your morning. Interesting
you say that. I saw a meme by Elon Musk a couple of days ago, and getting up in the morning and getting started was a big thing in his keys to success.
Yeah, if you look at any successful person, you would say they own their morning. They know that their most important hours are within the first 4 hours of waking up. So that's where we have to set our day. Put yourself up for a review and interrogate yourself. We do so much about worrying about other people. And, you know, you and I were just having a great conversation before this show. And you know, we were talking about a lot of different things, but we spend so much time and energy worrying about other people or trying to worry about, you know, things that we have no control over. But maybe it would be good if we just interrogated ourselves. You know, what is it that I'm doing that I don't need to be doing? What is it that I'm refusing to give up that's not healthy for my mind, my body, my spirit, my emotions? What is it? So maybe just take a little bit of time once a week and say, how can I be a better person? What is it that I'm doing that's not serving me well? Interrogate yourself.
Okay. Where were you the other day? What were you eating? Stop it.
Try to see the good in people. Stoics know that even though they've been through hardships where they've been in situations where they probably didn't really love the people that put them in those difficult situations, but seeing the good in people will allow the good to come to you. And I think, again, we spend a lot of time finding all of the things we can't stand about someone or it irritates us. We do.
Yes, I'm bad
and it's actually kind of funny, especially if you're a sarcastic kind of person. It's kind of funny, but it's really not funny and it's not good for your spirit. So find the good in people because it will actually find you. Don't compare yourself to others.
Which is huge because of things like Facebook.
Yes.
Everybody's doing, because on Facebook, you're always awesome.
Yes.
Heck, on Facebook, you're always on a trip.
Yes. Well, no, not always. That's not
on
true.
Facebook.
I'm not agreeing.
I mean, but in real life, you're not.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at Facebook and and most people are doing something awesome, but that's not real life.
It's not real life. Right. All right, learn something from everyone. I want to tell this little story, and I'm going to make sure this person listens to this podcast. So we're building a house in Southern Oregon, and it's this really big project, and this gentleman came out to sandblast the beams in our house. And this guy is not a picture of health, and I mean at all. And he was up and down this ladder with this big, huge thing that sandblasts these beams. And I honestly don't know how he did this job. Like physically, I don't know how he did it. His health is so poor. But as I was talking to him, and I know when I first looked at him, it just kind of like shocked me, like how is this guy doing this physical job, and he's in such poor health, and very overweight, and I could tell it was really taxing on him. But as I started talking to him, he owns 4 businesses. He works like a dog. He's in a wonderful relationship with his partner. He loves what he does. Like, he loves it. And he's so good at it. I mean, all these different things that he does, he's so good at it, and he's so fired up to help people, and he's always giving. We ended up giving him 3 or 4 other projects with this house. And I was just over at his shop the other night, and I took him some Brand X because the poor guy really needed it. And subsequently, of course, I'm gonna help him in his health journey now.
Oh, wait, take brandx.com.
But I learned something from him that no matter how bad he was feeling, he still took the time he wanted to know about me, he wanted to talk to me, he wanted to talk about the project and what I was doing. He just showed this extreme interest in my projects and my life. And I just thought, wow, that's so cool that this guy is physically exhausted and not in good health, and probably hasn't received very good medical care in the past or very good direction. And yet he's taking the time after a 14-hour day just to sit down and talk with me. And I thought, wow, what a really cool guy. So I'm going to work on his health with him. But I learned a lot. So trying to learn something from people is really important, and seeing the best thing in them. There's a reason why people come into your life. And instead of trying to critique everyone, just looking at them and saying, what is it that I can learn from this person?
The end. I don't know if can you top that? I can't top that. You want to do show 2? I mean, that was good.
Seek out challenges.
Okay. Well, we'll challenge to keep going.
Yeah, seek out challenges. Find a way to love everything that happens. That's really hard, especially all the bad stuff. Find a way to love everything that happens.
That's a good one. You're about to skip it, but this is a good one.
Don't follow the mob. Gosh, I always say when everybody's going this way, think about going this way.
Yeah.
Don't follow the mob. Seek out challenges. I always said that. Grab the smooth handle.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Okay.
Every person is an opportunity for kindness. Say no a lot. I want to talk about this. Yeah. Okay, so my favorite word is yes. Whenever we go around the table and we ask these crazy questions, and it's just good for like conversation, because I always like to ask a question at a group dinner. So a question I ask a lot is, what's your favorite word? And so my word always is yes. Like, I love the word yes. I love to say yes, yes, I can do that. Yes, I want to learn that. Yes, I want to go there. But my new word is no.
Ooh.
And that's really hard for me because it doesn't just slide off my tongue like yes, no.
But you need to say that.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's just no, I'm not interested in that, or no, I don't want to know that, or no, that's not in my highest interest. That's not in, it wouldn't be good for me. Or no, I don't really have time to take that on. So we say yes a lot that's really not good for us.
Right.
And so learning to say no, and it's kind of like the gas and the brake, like learning how to pump both at the right time, you know, say yes, say no. So I think that's good.
That's good.
Do you say no a lot?
No.
You don't.
I just did there though. No, part of my job is to make sure everything's done. Whatever you need.
Yeah.
Yes. Do I ever say no to you?
No, you don't.
Oh.
Find one thing to make you wiser every day. Think about that. Find one thing to make you wiser every day. A little bit of progress every day means something big in 6 months from now. So find one thing that makes you better. Find one thing that you can learn. My daughter and son-in-law were doing this thing recently where they were committed to reading 10 pages of a book a day. And they had this little challenge going. There were like 10 things they were trying to do, but that was one of them. And it's kind of cool because you can kind of get through some books and you can get through some things that are just, it's just easier just to not do it. So learn something that is helpful to you every single day. And I think that, you know, what happens is you put all of those days together and you really know something, or you really have figured out something.
I think we have another show in this.
I do too.
I think we should stop right now.
There's so many more.
Yeah, and next week we'll just continue because this can be too long of a show.
Yes, stillness is the key. I'm going to end on that one because I love that one. Stillness is the key. It's also really hard for me, just like the word no is hard, stillness is hard. Because I'm moving all the time. I'm like, I'm moving like a shark. And stillness is key. Own your stillness in the morning, first thing before you get out of bed, and own it at night before you go to sleep. If those are the only 2 times that you take 5 minutes to be still and disconnect your brain, take it. Take your stillness when you can, because things will come to you when you're quiet that you need to know.
All right, on that, we'll do part 2 next week. Don't forget to hit the notification button so you know when that show comes out.
That's
hit
right.
the subscribe button, share it with your friends, and go to nishajackson.com and takebrandex.com. Actually, nishajackson.com is where everything is.
Yes, and send me a question, info@nishajackson.com.
Until next time, I'm Rusty Humphries. That's Nisha Jackson, and this is The Nisha Jackson Show.